All right, it's the 26th day of January 2025. Let's another day begin. Somehow missed Fuji-san this morning when I came home. Geez Louise, that's a pretty stunning view.
Very clear.
Yeah, winter Fuji for sure. All right, it's after breakfast for the dogs, and Yumiko and I came down to Family Mart to get our own stuff. She's gonna make miso soup, so we're just picking up things that will go well with miso soup. Lots and lots of options. Famichiki onigiri. That's interesting. Family Mart chicken is really popular, and now they made it into an onigiri. Spam and coconut. Shizuoka oden chips. Okay, with the sprinkles too. Let's get it. So here's our improvised Family Mart breakfast. Mabo tofu with Mabo tofu. I always say it wrong. With rice on the bottom. Some miso soup that Yumiko put together. The pickles that she knows I like. Yeah, I got some green tea and famichiki and some spice. And Mama got 2 onigiri and a bowl of soup. Rudy is peeking. Ollie is sleeping. All right, zero. Itadakimasu. All right, we're down for first of sorts. I'm actually on my first urban hike with my dog with full softypapa 2.0 gear. We got everything. We're gonna go out, and Yumiko and I have decided we're gonna have lunch, do whatever for lunch. That means we're on our own. She's with Ollie, I'm with Rudy, and Rudy and I are just gonna go on an urban exploration. Let's do it together. The title of this series, or this new modified brand is Walking the Dog in Japan. Here we go, let's walk the dog. This is working out really good. All that training, 1,000+ miles that he and I walked in the desert, it's paid off. He's a really good walking dog. See, he just walks along with me. And we just found, all this time I lived here before, I didn't know that this little road along the river was here. Come on, it's like a bike path. Let's go see what's down here. It seems to flow. This is the Yoshida River, the same river that goes past my house in 2 days. A little drop-off spot there. Little factory over there. That's the cosmetics factory over there. And I got my good walking dog over there. Now we've got in our backpack here. See back there, I got all that stuff. We got everything we need. Snacks, coffee making stuff, water, cooking. Yeah, we're doing everything we want. The tricky part is finding food when we want it, because we can't just go into a Lawson or a convenience store. We actually have to go someplace that we can buy right on the street. It's possible to find. Not in the mountains, but here in the urban setting, of course. Trucking along the Yoshida River. Well, we've reached the end of the line here. This seems to have come to an end. I wonder if we could walk along there. I don't think so. I could just go right up over here. I could go up here and then along there and then duck right there. And that road, I know where that road goes. Now, softypapa 1.0 would have done that. This guy doesn't do that kind of stuff. I don't break the law. I don't trespass when, knowingly. I'll just walk back the way I came. Inconvenience is in the mind. It's an opportunity to see this same inner area from a new light. I can already see an improved light. It's beautiful. Let's go back, Rudy. So what if we reach a dead end? Dead end is just an opportunity to try again. I just realized something interesting. That spot back there would be a great place to do a book reading. Reading going alone, because I'm right next to the trains and there's no one to bother. I had a sudden realization. When I was softypapa 1.0, sometimes in the deep mountains I would come across abandoned farms that had these sheds, these little kind of like low sheds about this tall, and then they would have like a little roof and then long poles of bamboo all lined up. I would see it all the time. And now I know why, I think. Hypothesis. It's because when you cut down a bamboo forest, you think to yourself, what a shame to just discard all of this bamboo. Maybe I can have some good use for it right now in the future. And I just saw a little bamboo fence over there that a farmer had put together. And I realized, that's why it's laying there. And then you never get around to it. And how many things in life are just like that? This is a row of old Showa era, kind of like tenement houses. These are disappearing fast, but they're all cookie cutter. I don't want to stay fast, someone will spot me. I came down here by accident, it's a dead end. But they're kind of cookie cutter, and you can get them pretty cheap. They're not bad on the inside, but they're old and probably not very earthquake ready, you know what I mean? Oh, there's some nice details on this one. Look at this. It's got a couple of maneki-nekos here at the door. Isn't that nice? A place for someone to sit right there. And then I like the arrangement right there where the shutters are. Nice. Okay, let's go this way, Rudy. Come on. Okay, with Mount Fuji there in the distance, Rudy and I let him lead me. He led me down this little road to the river. And this yellow net here encloses the trash that people put on trash day. And it looks like someone's put a sign there and some writing that asks people to please be careful how you place your trash so that the crows can't get in and get at it. Clever sign. And over here, if we look closely, there's some enormous carp down there. There's one right there. If I can zoom in and pick it up. See it there? They're absolutely enormous, and they're everywhere in there. Look how big that is. It's a beautiful little river in its own way. The water seems to be very clear most of the time. It's not necessarily the prettiest waterway, but it ain't bad. Here, in front of this very humble house, is a beautiful stone that's just sitting here. Look at the carved out, fluted elements there. I think it's fluting kind of curved. Can you just imagine the stories that this stone could tell? Clearly, it was used for collect water. Maybe a shrine, or a shrine at one point, or a temple. Some old pots as well. Very, very nice. It's lovely, huh, Rudy? Yeah. Let's do a little talk of retirement as we walk along the river here. So, buying a house in a good neighborhood where the house is basically worthless. That's precisely what happened with us. The house that we're buying, we bought our house for 10 million yen, which translates at current conversion values to about $62,000 US. And we discovered that that was the appraised value of the land. The house is basically worth nothing, even though it's a perfectly livable house, quite fine by our standards. Japanese people tend to not like to live in older houses and not in somebody else's house. So they'll often just demolish the house and build their own, buy the place and start over. So what we find ourselves in a situation that I realize is that we've spent 10 million yen to get a piece of land that happened to have a perfectly serviceable house. What that means then is that whatever we do with improving the house probably won't have much effect on the value because the house is kind of a write-off. But what that also means is that the price is not likely to go down because it's a highly desirable area and the value therefore of the land will either remain the same or maybe hopefully will appreciate over time. In any case, buying a reasonably priced property in a place where everybody wants to live is probably a good approach to take to preserve capital in a market like Japan, where the population is decreasing, homes are readily available, but nobody's making new land in the places where people want to live, right? So if you can get a piece of that good land, then you've got a good investment. All right, we're going to find ourselves a place to make a cup of coffee. Have a sandwich snack here under the river, beside the river, under the Tomei Expressway. View of Mount Fuji here. Look at that. There's these little clouds puffing off the backside. That's the lee side of the mountain on the right there. The winds always seem to blow from left to right there. I like those little clouds poofing away. Yumiko and I are having lunch now at Sukiya, and we're talking about going to see the eye doctor because I've got a cataract forming in my left eye. I previously had one in my right eye that was surgically treated in America, did the trick. And now with this left one forming, we're going to take care of it here. And it struck me because Yumiko and I were talking about which eye doctor to see, because there's one eye doctor here, there's a couple in our neighborhood here. And what struck me was, I don't need a referral. I don't need to go see my general practitioner. And then she added, and we don't need to worry about, are they covered in our plan? It's all covered. And would you believe our premium for the two of us, our monthly premium for all of our medical coverage is less than $30 a month to cover the both of us. Now that's with a 30% deductible, I believe. So there's that, but we could get insurance to cover that, but even that's pretty minor. So yeah, we'll go see the eye doctor this week and hopefully it'll fix up this eye and get me seeing straight. Ooh, that looks good. We've been invited to dinner yet again at Yoko's house. So we've come to Mart, which is just on the street, for some dessert options to bring over for dessert to share with the family. Cheesecake sounds good. As usual, Yumiko is in charge of taking.
So cute.
I walk behind her and I say, that sounds good. Oh, Yoko would like that. She likes cats.
They're so tiny. Lemon cake?
What about like a donut cake?
It's got cheese inside.
This is KO Mart. They're just down the street from where we live. Lots and lots of goodies here. Yoko made us harumaki, egg rolls for dinner tonight. She made it herself. Wow. These look really good. All kinds of good condiments, all kinds of stuff. We got tea, the green tea janai, hojicha?
Udon-cha.
Udon-cha, yatta. Sauces, and good Japanese TV. Let's go. It was a really good meal, and we had dessert as well, pudding and some sponge cake. Younger brother Takeshi came by with omiyage from someplace he visited. I didn't catch it. We had that. And now it's time for our evening walk. This will wrap things up. Today was an interesting day. It was kind of a mix of not just not retiring life, but a mix of personal stuff as well. It's an interesting thing to try to segregate the two. This is a retiring in Japan video. These videos are supposed to be about this retired life and the experience of making the transition. It's a little hard to keep the pieces separated sometimes, but I guess that's to be expected. But 2 more days, and then the 3rd day we get the house, and I think I'm anticipating things to change. It'd be very interesting. Oh, and I figured out why I'm getting bad audio sometimes. It's because I'm holding the phone like this. I think I'm covering up the mic. I think if I can remember to hold the phone with the left hand, it should be better. Take care. As Yoko just said, ikuyo. We're heading out. Be safe, but not too safe. Well, that's not retiring in Japan. See, it's all mixed up. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Maybe. Bye-bye. Okay, a final shot that I've got to add that just came to mind. I had the strangest feeling. It's Sunday night right now. And I realized that I was having that age-old feeling of, oh, it's Sunday. Monday's coming. And I thought, why am I feeling that way? It's no difference for me now that I'm retired. And I realized this is a continuation of the thought that I had at the start of the weekend about on Friday. I was like, ooh, it's the start of the weekend. But it's because everybody else is free on the weekend too, and we get to enjoy it together. And I'm dreading it Sunday because everyone else is going back to work and kind of stuck on my own again. A funny, strange thought. Okay, let's sign off for now. Good night.